Right now, trillions in global capital and influence are rerouting away from China's eastern seaboard and moving directly into India. Driving this shift is an impending diplomatic visit by the Japanese leadership, a mission aimed at securing a specific foothold in the Indian market. This delegation is traveling beyond the capital, focusing on strategic frontier regions like Assam, to integrate these landscapes into their regional trade plans. While high-profile meetings with the United States often dominate the headlines, this specific summit with Japan carries the weight of a long-term economic partnership that India's future depends on. Japan has locked in a target of $68 billion specifically for Indian investment. This meeting provides the specific framework required to reconfigure regional supply chains and begin a large-scale infrastructure expansion across the subcontinent. Historically, Japanese banks fueled China's early industrial rise by financing massive factory complexes to take advantage of low-cost labor. This chart shows labor costs in major Asian manufacturing hubs. As the standard of living rose in Chinese cities, that original investment model reached a breaking point. Average Chinese factory labor now costs $8 per hour, while Indian labor remains at approximately $1 per hour. That math has already brought over 1,400 Japanese companies to India, where they are actively building local business establishments. This capital is already building the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor and the country's first high-speed bullet train projects. The new $68 billion target is designed to scale these physical projects, moving from individual corridors to a nationwide industrial network. Japan is moving its financial focus away from its traditional economic partners because the return on industrial investment has shifted definitively toward the Indian market. The partnership is now moving into defense. Japan is increasingly making its own security decisions, independent of broader U.S. strategy. This shift includes a departure from a strictly pacifist history, as Tokyo begins exporting lethal weaponry and advanced military hardware to its partners. This covers high-level technological trade, including discussions around advanced fighter jets and missile systems. In this changing landscape, Japan is prioritizing India as its primary independent strategic partner in Asia. Economic necessity and military alignment are fusing together, turning India into Japan's most significant geopolitical anchor in the region. Before that $68 billion can be fully deployed, Japan is waiting for India to finalize a formal investment pact. This pact requires the Indian government to streamline its bureaucracy, making it easier for large-scale foreign capital to move through state and federal systems. The success of this deal depends on whether the government can focus on these complex economic integrations rather than getting sidetracked by short-term election spending and subsidies. This upcoming summit will demonstrate whether the current leadership can implement the regulatory reforms required to secure these Japanese commitments. If these reforms are met, the year 2026 will serve as the launch window for a significant increase in bilateral trade and construction. When the Japanese delegation lands, they'll be finalizing the blueprint for a decade of industrial expansion that will position India as a central hub for global manufacturing.